Welcome to the fourth installment of the Cash Sports Media Sports Desk. Today we're going to talk about some athletics around the Valley. We'll start off with the recent Grizzly Invitational that was held at Logan High School. And with 30 teams in attendance, the Mountain Crest girls cemented themselves as a very legitimate 4A state title contender as they walked away with first place, led by Carly Karchner and Miranda O'Very. It was a very solid meet all around. Karchner took first place in the 100-meter dash with a personal best, and I believe O'Very took first in the 3,200, and a really solid meet for them, and as well as the Valley schools in general performed pretty well.
Yeah, I think all the Valley schools, like you said, did a really good job, but the Mountain Crest girls have really shown that they could contend at the state level, and like I said, O'Very did really well, and I think with that win, she qualified for state. And Coach Thomas afterwards said that a goal of hers is to. She was still. It's funny that these girls from Mountain Crest seem to always want to do better. I think she had an 11-minute run on that, and Coach Thomas afterwards says she's shooting for 10, and that he believes that she can do that. So good luck to them. They did a great job, and the rest of the Valley schools did pretty well too.
And I believe she's only a freshman. Is that right? Did you catch that?
I don't remember what year she is, but I think she is. I think she is, actually.
I think she's a freshman, and I could be stretching back a little bit far here, but I believe she's also on the swim team and performs well for them. So quite a solid athlete all around. Another person who had a great day at the meet for Skyview was junior Brenna Porter. And I know her a little bit. She's friends with my little sister, so I've seen her around. And she played in soccer, so we know her from soccer as well. But she set the school record in the 300-meter hurdles, and also took first in the 200-meter hurdles. And her school record time in the 300-meter hurdles would have been a state record in any other classification except 4A. So even 5A would have been a state record. But, halfway through the season, she could hit that mark. Definitely a great day for her. Tyler Roberts, who has been already nominated as our Athlete of the Week once this season, had another great day. I think he won the 800-meter and maybe the 1,600-meter. One of those or both of those. But he had a great day as well. So Skyview performed well. And then Logan had some good athletes in the field area. So it was a good track meet for Valley teams, definitely. The next topic we want to talk about was baseball here in the Valley. Region 5, Skyview, Mountain Crest, and Logan are all 2-1 in region and 1-2-3 in the region standings. So last week we had Mountain Crest and Skyview play a doubleheader against each other. Skyview won the first game in Mountain Crest, out of Mountain Crest, which I was told was the first time that the varsity level has won at Mountain Crest in maybe as long as 10 years. It's been a long time. That coming from Dave Alverson, who is Jason's dad. He was very happy about that win. And then Mountain Crest, they played the nightcap out of the Blue Sox Diamond, and Mountain Crest came back and won that one, I think 13-5. So each team won a game there, and then Logan and Skyview as well played at Logan on Saturday. And Skyview won that one 4-3 in 11 innings in a game that even some of the Skyview people felt that Logan should have won. They had lots of opportunities to pull it out and just didn't quite get there. So we've got a really good baseball group here in the Valley, and it should provide an interesting fight down to the wire for the region crown.
I think those guys are all those teams are all 1-2-3 in the region right now, aren't they?
Yeah. They're all 2-1. They're listed right now, Skyview, Mountain Crest, and then Logan, but they're all 2-1 in region play. So, yeah.
Interesting that those teams would trade the doubleheader on the away games is what they would end up winning. It's kind of interesting there.
Yeah, it doesn't usually happen that way necessarily, but it's always good to get a win on the road. So it should be a good battle for those teams in the region.
Yeah, you mentioned that win that Skyview, I guess, we've been looking for 10 years or so at Mountain Crest. There was another win that Skyview got this past week that hasn't happened in 10 years, and that was the Skyview Lacrosse team was able to beat the Bonneville Lakers for the first time, I believe, in 10 years. And it was a close game, really good game, 9-8. was the victory there, and just points from that game that I took across for Skyview Lacrosse was their goalie, London Siemens did a great job. He's a couple of point blank shots there at the end that he really did a good job of defending and helping seal the victory there for the Bobcats. And lacrosse is a fun sport. If you haven't been able to see a game, I encourage you to do so. We've got some highlight videos from the MC Skyview Lacrosse game that you can check out, and it's a really entertaining sport. And talking about the MC Skyview game, that was another kind of interesting game to watch. Anytime there's a Valley team playing a Valley team, it's fun, but Mountain Crest Lacrosse is doing really well this year. They got a new coach, and they're undefeated so far this season, and they showed the Bobcats entertaining game there. It's 13-7 was the victory, but from what I've heard from past alumni of the game, defense was the key to that. They had a great offensive showing. I think Brady Lowe had 4 goals himself. A lot of guys with multiple goals in that game, but defense is really what I think has helped the Mountain Crest be undefeated this season. So a lot of great lacrosse going on in the Valley.
Yeah, and I thought it was a good rebound by Skyview after getting beat, I think it was 13-7 by Mountain Crest, to come back and beat Bonneville. So a good lacrosse product here in the Valley. My first introduction to lacrosse was covering the Skyview team a couple of years ago when they made a run to the state finals or thereabouts. And that was really the first time I followed lacrosse or learned about it. And I kind of learned as I went along, and it was a lot of fun. And then, as Nate knows, I went out to Syracuse University, where lacrosse is, a big thing out there. You get 15,000, 20,000 people out for a big lacrosse game. So I saw that a few times, and it's definitely a fun, exciting sport.
Yeah, it seems like the Valley teams have kind of taken their, since the lacrosse kind of started up again about 10 years or so ago when I was in high school. It's kind of when it started up again here in the Valley, and the teams have kind of switched off and taken their turns at kind of being the team. And Logan, I think, has won a state championship not too many years ago, and like you said, Skyview kind of made a push not too long ago. And I think this is Mountain Crest's year to kind of push forward and see what they can do. So it'll be fun to watch this season.
Yeah, absolutely. For our final topic of the day, we'll just talk a little bit about USU spring football. Went up and watched the scrimmage the other day. And a few things that I came away with is that the quarterback battle is in full swing. We all know how great Chucky was, how impressive Chucky Keaton was in his debut against Auburn last year when he almost led the Aggies in an upset, in what should have been an upset, and in no way was that loss his fault. And he showed a lot of talent. Obviously, he has the ability to run the ball quick on his feet. Through the first 7 games that he started, the Aggies went 2-5. And then he got hurt in the Hawaii game when they were down big, and Adam Kennedy came in and led the Aggies to 5 straight wins. So they finished the season 7-5 before they had that 1-point loss in the bowl game to Ohio. So Kennedy can definitely come in and boast the wins and show that he has the ability to stand in the pocket, maybe a little bit more polished as a passer. But Keaton has the ability to scramble and make things happen. And he's also worked on his footwork this offseason, and that was definitely something you could tell in the spring game. He had a pocket presence as well, threw a nice 40-yard touchdown pass to Matt Austin. And frankly, going into it this season, I thought Keaton would kind of clearly be named the starter. And while I do think Keaton will eventually be named the starter, it's a close competition, and the Aggies are going to be good either way, regardless of who gets named. I think
quarterback controversies and things are always good. As a former backup quarterback, I think that the role is second string or whatever it may be is to perform when you're asked to do so. And I think Adam did that last year after Chuck's injury. But at the same time, his job is to put pressure on Chucky. If Chucky's named the starter, Adam's to make him be better and continue to get better. I think the more interesting thing to watch this season will be those 2 quarterbacks that are still young, getting their feet already, and but they're going to have a new coordinator this year, running new offense. I think that generally is going to take some time to develop. and see where that comes from. I'm excited to see a new offense up there at Romney, but at the same time, I think it's going to take some time to get used to that and to implement that. And I think that's the thing to watch, as well as, of course, some key losses and on the defensive side. Hopefully some guys will be playing on Sundays from the Aggies, but I think the offense and seeing how that develops will be the thing that I watch this year.
Yeah, and from everything that I know, the Aggies are going to run a more spread attack this year. I don't know that we'll see a lot of the changes because it's still going to be a lot of the same offense. But obviously, the Aggies are losing a lot with Robert Turbin and Michael Smith in the running game graduating or leaving early for the NFL. And with that, they're going to go to a more spread attack, which is another reason I think Chucky may have a bit of an upper hand, because in that spread system, he's going to be able to break out and get some runs in and make things happen when things break down. Not that Adam necessarily can't, because he showed in games last year that he could run the ball. I think he had 96 yards or maybe even over 100 yards rushing against New Mexico State. So he came in, and I think he finished as the third or fourth leading rusher on the team. So he certainly can run the ball, but I think Chucky has the upper hand in that area. And then going to the running backs, at least from the one spring practice, real live scrimmage that we've seen so far, I was impressed with Kerwin Williams. He's had some durability issues in the past, and he was kind of the third back behind Turbin and Smith last year. But we've known for a couple years that Kerwin has some ability. 2 years ago, he led the nation in kickoff return yards and showed his ability with some speed. So, but in the scrimmage, he really showed the ability to go between the tackles and hit hard and lay some hits and drag defenders with him, which is something I was impressed with. Durability may be another issue for him. I don't know that he's a 15 to 20 carry a game back at that type of style and last through the season. But I think 10, 12 carries a game, we'll see Kerwin get that. And he showed some ability to be tough and pick up the tough yards, which is exciting. And then I know Joe Hill, who's been kind of waiting in the wings. They say he's the fastest guy on the team, and he's secured the number 2 spot, and he'll be a good change of pace behind Kerwin. So where I was a little nervous about the running game after obviously the loss of Robert Turbin and Michael Smith, and not saying that we're going to replace them right away, that would be hard pressed to do. But I feel like the running game is in better hands than I thought it was heading into the spring.
Yeah, I just wonder, going back to my point earlier, with a coordinator that's never been an offensive coordinator, I think that's going to be the interesting point there. I mean, we have the talent, obviously, and I think the expectations are there now. We've been to a bowl game, had a winning season. Gary's got his certain expectations. I know that he wants the team to meet, and I think having a coordinator that's never been an offensive coordinator, I think that's where there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve, and hopefully they can do that early in the season and take advantage of the spring ball to get that going.
Definitely. Well, we have the second scrimmage of the spring this Friday at 5:20. It's free admission at Romney Stadium. They moved the time back so they could get some more people out. It was supposed to be nice weather, and they want to get people to come out and see this year's Aggie squad and see them perform and give people an opportunity to do that. So 5:20 Friday, you get up to Romney Stadium and watch some Aggie spring football. And
football in the spring is never a bad thing.
And a lot of home events in the high school ranks as well this week. A lot of events Tuesday and Thursday, and stuff sprinkled in throughout the week. So get out and support the team. Thanks for joining us here at Match Sports Media.